Hello, my YouTubers. Welcome to the Mapleafs pregame media availability conference before they head to Tampa Bay to kick off the Tampa Bay Lightning tomorrow. I'm now going to show you the live conference right now.
Last game didn't feel 100%, but today I feel a lot better. So I feel good going tomorrow.
Is this something that popped up in the Chicago game, or were you dealing with it before?
A little bit before, and then the kind of Chicago game kind of got it going a little bit.
How tough is it? High pace and all that to play through something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a road game. You gotta road games are hard to play in. You just try to get through it and try to get recovery and rest.
And you think that you'll play tomorrow, or are you good to go for sure?
Oh yeah, I'm good to go. Yeah.
When you get moved down and you're dealing with something, does the coach kind of communicate, hey, we're adjusting this. This is kind of why we're going with this formation for the second and third games?
No, but it's just part of the game. Some guys were going better yesterday, and we needed something to try and get a spark.
Where are you at with Austin and Mitch? How do you feel in terms of the chemistry?
I feel good. Obviously, as more games come, we'll keep getting better, but I'm feeling good.
It certainly looked good out there in practice. Did it feel like that? Like, I don't want to read too much into practice because it's just practice, but it felt like the puck was going in a lot for you guys.
Yeah, we felt good today. Puck was going in, and we were moving the puck well, and practices like this, help the chemistry too.
Mitch is a kind of interesting personality. I remember when John showed up, he's like, I'm not sure whether to laugh or punch him in the face. Like, what has been your perspective on Mitch the man?
Yeah, I know, we get along well. We're both kind of the same, joking around, and he's fun to be around, and he's a great player.
Does that help, do you think, the off-ice chemistry and the on?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. You build a lot of chemistry off the ice, along with on the ice, but, a lot of it comes off the ice, and, just trusting one another.
What sends it to a Sheldon system? Like, what do you like about it, I guess?
It's kind of the simplicity of it, you're not thinking too much. Just get to your spots, and if you do the right things, the system will work.
I think, I thought we did a lot better of a job on some defensive stuff we wanted to clean up, but obviously the offense is kind of lacking a little bit. But, I think you just take it as it goes and continue to clean stuff up, continue to try to find ways to produce more offense, as well as taking care of the defensive side as well.
How encouraged are you by how your penalty is coming along?
Yeah, it's I think it's been solid. It's it's still, I think, a work in progress. I think I still find myself out there sometimes, a little hesitant at times, but I think when we are able to kind of break up plays, it just kind of turns into hockey and just trying to make good reads and without sacrificing obviously odd man rushes coming back the other way. And I think it's been going really well. I think there's a lot of room for improvement still, but it's definitely been a good challenge, and it's been a lot of fun.
What's the key on offense, getting that going again?
I think just everybody kind of being on the same page and clicking a little bit better, and I think it's just reading off each other a little bit better, and maybe simplifying some stuff, getting some more pucks to the net, and trying to outnumber.
What's your sense of how Bertuzzi's fitting in with your line? He was moved off it a little bit last game. How long do these things usually take?
I don't know. I think every situation's different. I know he was kind of battling something the last couple of days, so it's never easy, but he's a really good player. He's easy to play with, and I think as time just continues to go along and we get more repetitions together as a line, and we'll just have a better idea of where each other likes to be at, and just find that chemistry a little bit easier.
Tyler was saying his personality kind of meshes well with Mitch. They're maybe similar in a way. I don't know if anyone's quite like Mitch, but what's your sense of Tyler the guy? And that aspect of it.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, he's really meshed really well with everybody. He's definitely a different breed of guy, but he's a lot of fun to be around and a great teammate, and he's been a lot of fun to get to know. And I was really looking forward once we signed him to getting to know him and to play with him, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
I think you might have gotten to know Max during his Arizona days, if not even before. Like, once he gets up to speed, obviously he's getting used to you guys, but what do you think he can do for this team this year?
Yeah, he's very versatile, and I think he brings a really good mix of skill, but also that intensity and the fire that he plays with and the physicality. And he's a very hard guy to play against when when he's kind of churning on all cylinders. So I've been fortunate to be able to get to know him prior to him being here, and another amazing person, amazing teammate, and a guy that I've really enjoyed playing with and getting to know even more as he's been here, and as well as a lot of the new guys. I mean, like I said earlier in the season or earlier in preseason, it's always tough losing guys that you've played with for a long time and guys that you're really close with and stuff like that. But it's always exciting to kind of meet new people, get some fresh faces around the locker room, and I think it's been a great change of pace for us, and really fun. So.
Was that from skates in Arizona, off-season skates that you got to know him, or?
Off-season skates, and just him being around. He's a very warm person. He's very. When he was in Phoenix or when he was originally drafted, I don't think I was maybe going to Switzerland or something like that, or maybe it was the following year or whatever. But I just remember going for dinner with him. Super warm guy, very welcoming, very nice. So it's been a lot of fun to be around him and spend time.
What has stood out to you about Pontus in the times that he's been up here with the big club?
He's unbelievable. Honestly, he's sneaky, really just skilled, and has such good touches with the puck, and has a really good brain on the ice. And I think anytime he's been up with us, he's always played really solid, and both ends of the ice, and is a guy that can definitely create offense in a number of different areas, whether it's off the rush or below the dots. So I think he's a very skilled and talented player, and like I said, anytime he's been up with us, he's definitely put in some good work.
Is Tampa your biggest? Do you feel like rivalry right now after 2 straight playoff series?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I think we've obviously seen each other a lot over the last couple of years, and so maybe right now, yeah.
A little bit of confidence here,
Yep.
like that's what you're trying to do. Where do you feel you're at?
Yeah, obviously every day you're just trying to keep chipping away at it and get more and more comfortable and feel sound within the systems, but then for yourself up a little bit to play. So just chipping away at it, I think, both individually and more importantly as a group too. We're just heading in the right direction. We did a lot of good things last game, so just build on that and good test tomorrow.
As a player, when you're trying to find mates in the game, or sometimes you think.
Hey man, it's the NHL, it's the best league in the world, so there's a lot of challenges, right? But at the end of the day, that's your job to figure it out, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time. It's always a process. So we're 4 games in right now, so no need to hit the panic button at all, but it takes some time, and just keep chipping away, getting reps in practice, and whoever you're playing with, getting to know them as much as you can, and get familiar with them in whatever way you can. So it's the only thing you can do.
Does past experience help with the patience with that? You've been on some teams where you've probably had a lot of different lines and had to kind of wait things out and get a feel for it.
Yeah, you know what? I think I've been lucky to play on a lot of really good teams. And even though I go in for kind of short bursts here and there, you're still expected to be able to contribute just like everyone else, right? So whether I'm there for 20 regular season games and a few playoff games or a full year or 2, it doesn't really make a difference. There's still same expectations. So I'm playing for a guy like Pete DeBoer or Rod Brindamore at the deadline. Both those guys, the common denominator was, hey, listen, we're going to throw a lot of stuff at you early and take the next 20 games to get ready to go, because when puck drops for game 1, that's where we're going to need you to be able to execute at a high level. So not saying it's going to take 20 games, but that's just kind of the mindset. It does take time. It's not one of those things where all of a sudden you snap your fingers and everything just clicks. Especially when there's a lot of new faces. So again, we're doing a lot of good things. Focus on that stuff and just keep getting good reps in practice and watching video and enjoying our time together, and that's what we're doing. A really tight-knit group, and everyone's having fun, and nice to hit a little adversity early in the year. it's a good time to do it and good time to build some good chemistry.
You've waited a long time to wear this jersey. Is there any sense of it for you that you want it too much? You want the success so much right away?
I mean, listen, you always want to have success right away, right? And that's just the nature of human beings. No one wants to fall down a bunch of times, but I mean, hey, without failure or I mean, mess ups or screw ups here and there, you're never going to have success. That's how you learn. So part of growing up and being mature is being able to handle that stuff in stride. And it's an honor to wear this jersey. It's an honor to be on a team as good as this team. And like I said, just keep building and keep having fun, and it'll come.
Do you remember the first time you met Austin? He said he's known you for a little while before you joined this team.
Yeah, I've known him for a long time. Back when the Arizona days, like right before he got in the league, he was skating around, so got to know him a little bit. Unbelievable kid back then, and I mean, you guys all see what he does on the ice, but he's a remarkable human being. The stuff that you see day to day, how humble he is, how he treats everyone, that's the stuff that no one else sees. But I can tell you, I've been on a lot of teams, been on a lot of star players, and he's at the top of that list. I'm very, very impressed with how he handles himself and how he treats everyone.
During the first period last night, there was the sequence of icings, and I think I saw you smile there. Like, what are you thinking?
It's gotta be some sort of record, no? 4 icings in one shift, and I mean, I don't think I've had 4 icings in my whole career, but it was one of those things where you're just trying to get the puck on the other side of the blue line, and they were putting a lot of pressure with the pinch, and it was one of those things. She said, "Okay, well, keep coming. It's gonna keep coming by you," and. You know what? It was a good test though, because on the next time, I actually was like, all right, I'm going to try and throw it in the middle a little bit, and not that anything happened out of it, but you just got to stay with it. And I mean, that's just part of the game within the game, right? So obviously, you don't want to ice it 4 times in a row, but at the same time, you don't want to end up in your net. So sometimes that's all you got.
Did Fraser say anything to you, like having to go up against Barkov in the dot time after time with each of those guys?
No, he didn't. But no, he did great. I mean, I think Barkov's one of the best players in the world. Has been for a while, and especially defensively in the face-off circle. So he's a good test, and for anyone really.
How do you think you, Camp and Yarncroke can mesh and be successful?
Yeah, obviously a lot of speed. I mean, Davey's really good both ends of the rink, and so is Yarny. So yeah, both of them can shoot. Both of them can get to the cage, and just got to make some plays, hang on to the puck, and generate some more ozone, extended ozone period of time, and yeah, transition game sound, and we should be good.
What went into the Pontus recall?
Well, a combination of things. Obviously, Bertuzzi's status was one of the reasons. And then we like the player. You know, he was a good player, played a lot of good hockey for us last season.
What was your biggest takeaway from him last season?
Just learning about his intelligence. He has a good skill set. I thought it seemed like he maybe hit a wall the second half of the season. To me, wasn't the same player that we had early in the season. As the league gets harder and harder, most young players are going to go through that. I think he did, but should be better for that experience.
When Bertuzzi's been out there with Austin and Mitch, what have you seen? What do you like in terms of how that chemistry is developing?
I think it's a work in progress for them for sure. But Bert's a guy who does a lot of great work below the circles in the offensive zone. That's where he's at his best. Some other areas of his game that are still, I think, playing with Austin and Mitch, it's harder to adjust to the pace and the skill that they play with coming out of our zone. But he's been really effective below the circles, which is what he does and who he is. So, Austin and Mitch need to consistently get the puck to those areas, and I think you'll see it start to thrive.
With Fraser being in a unique situation, how much have you talked to him throughout the game so far, or between games, and what's your message to him at this point?
Just continue to get better. Take every day and every experience as a chance for him to improve and adapt and stay positive, have fun, enjoy it all. I mean, there's been a lot obviously happened in his life since the training camp began in Traverse City. First, he's played a lot of hockey from Traverse City through the training camp to the number of preseason games we played him in, and then in the early going here. So take care of yourself and just enjoy everything. Everything here for him is gravy. I mean, he's here. He's learning, he's taking it all in, and I think he's done a good job.
What potential do you see for Camp between Domi and Yarncroke there?
looked really good in the short time I used it at different parts of the game yesterday. It looked really good. I thought today in practice it looked really good. So I'm really intrigued by it. I think Camper had his best game the early going here last night, and I think getting him a little more in regular rhythm I think will help him. And seems everywhere Yarncroc has been one of our best lines. So having those two guys with Max, I think it's great. It's three very experienced players in the league, and it should really help us.
Is there any team-wide principles when it comes to generating offense after a couple of games with limited production that you're kind of stressing?
Yeah. I mean, we want to produce more. I mean, we had some really good looks yesterday that didn't fall for us. So part of it is just staying with it, not getting frustrated and all of that. But there's some principles there for us that are important to reinforce. And it's interesting, right? You're going through it and we're scoring a ton of goals early in the season, but giving up too much. So then you shift your gear, you shift your focus, and change gears to be focusing on the defensive side. And then last night to me was our best defensive effort by far, and offensively becomes a little more of a challenge. So that's the early going here. You can't touch on and be great at everything. You got to prioritize areas, especially with so many new people, and. We'll get there, but I liked a lot about our game yesterday. A little more luck, a little more execution. We find a way to get out of that first period just down 1 instead of 2. Like those are the little things that make a big difference, and you feel a lot different about your game based on the result. But the process was a lot better last night than what it's been in the previous 3 games.
It's been the early returns in your mind, and just seeing Austin and the reps on the penalty kill.
Yeah, we've liked it. I think, like all the guys, we got some other guys that are new to it as well. The reps in the zone and defending and having, good sticks and the different reads and such. Taking what's talked about in the meetings to the ice. That's part of it. That'll continue to come and grow. But the other part is, he's broken up plays. He's gotten the puck back and killed the penalty through offensive play. Last night was probably the best example of that. So he'll just continue to get better at it. The biggest thing is that he just seems to really enjoy it. And if a player of that caliber is bought in and wants to be a part of it, then he'll find a way to make it work well.
What did you make of Holmberg's camp, and what you may expect from him if his number gets called?
I thought his camp was a little underwhelming, to be honest. After we come to expect him to be a good player for us last year, and then we just talked about the early part of the season. He was very good, very consistent for us, and I didn't think he asserted himself the way we'd like to see him in training camp. But also the emergence of guys like Minton and like Cowan, those kind of guys. I thought for a lot of camp outplayed him, frankly, and then so now you're giving those young guys opportunities that maybe he would have had. But that's part of it as well, is just recognizing that this is a difficult league to play in and difficult team to make. It's a good team. Last season he got off to a tremendous first half with us, and as I said, I thought he hit a wall in the second half. It wasn't the same. So just the consistency is really what it's about, but we like a lot about the player.
All right, so that will conclude the pregame media day conference. I will be back tomorrow night with the highlights of that game. Tonight is also the final preseason game for the Toronto Raptors, and then for the Washington Wizards. No, sorry, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and then they open up the season next Wednesday night in Minnesota. So I'll be back tonight with the final preseason highlight of that game. So I will see you all later tonight. Bye for now. This is Jonnywatts reporting for Jonnywatts Sports. Yes. Bye for now.